Let me start with a question. Have you ever worked under a manager who was brilliant but cold? They hit every target, had every answer, but made the team feel so small or invisible? I know I have. And then maybe you've also met the opposite. Someone who made you feel seen, valued, respected. You wanted to do more, not because you had to, but because you wanted to. That's the difference between managing people and leading with empathy. Empathy is not about being soft or emotional. It's about being aware. It's about reading the room, understanding emotions, and responding with wisdom, not reaction. In leadership, empathy means the ability to understand the emotional state of others and use that understanding to make better decisions. It's not sympathy. It's not about feeling sorry for someone. It's the ability to step into their perspective and see what they're seeing. When a leader leads with empathy, they build trust. And trust is the foundation of every successful team. In fact, in global leadership studies, empathy is listed as one of the top 3 leadership competencies linked to high performance, because empathy increases collaboration, engagement, and loyalty. As one Harvard Business Review article puts it, empathy drives performance. And that's not theory, that's data. When employees feel understood, they perform better. When customers feel understood, they buy more. When colleagues feel understood, they communicate better. Empathy is the hidden productivity tool that most organizations ignore. Companies like Microsoft, Unilever, and even Google have publicly spoken about empathy as their leadership currency. Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, even said that empathy is the key to innovation, because you can't design for people unless you understand people. So, empathy isn't emotional, it's strategic. It helps leaders connect data with human insight, policy with people, and results with relationship. Leadership psychologists talk about a concept called emotional intelligence, or EQ. It's made up of 5 components: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, social skills. Empathy is what connects the emotional dots between yourself and others. It's how you understand what drives people, what demotivates them, what inspires them. And if you think about great leaders, whether it's in business or politics, they all share that ability. They don't just talk, they listen. They don't just instruct, they connect. That's why in MBA leadership programs around the world, empathy is taught as a part of strategic communication and organizational behavior, not as kindness, but as an influence skill. So, how do we practice empathy at work? It's not about being emotional all the time. It's about being emotionally intelligent. Here are a few simple shifts that make a big difference. Pause before reacting. When you feel frustrated or triggered, take a breath. Respond, don't react. That pause gives you power. Ask, don't assume. Most conflict happens because of misunderstanding. Instead of assuming what someone feels, ask. Hey, what's going on? Can open doors you never imagined. Listen to understand, not to reply. In corporate life, we often listen just to respond. Empathetic leaders listen to understand the story behind the story. Acknowledge emotions. Sometimes people don't need solutions. They just need to feel heard. A simple, "I understand this must be tough," can change the energy of the room. Balance compassion with accountability. Empathy doesn't mean lowering standards. It means understanding the person while upholding the purpose. We live in a world where AI can do our analysis, automate our tasks, and even write our emails. But what machines can't do is empathize. That's the last human advantage we have. The ability to connect, to understand, and to lead with heart and logic together. So if you want to be a leader, people, remember, lead with empathy. Because people may forget your strategy or your speech, but they will never forget how you made them feel. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what makes an ordinary manager an extraordinary manager.